Hot FM. Hot FM proudly supports the Benidorm Enthusiast and your favorite YouTube channel, Benidorm Stuff.
Hi guys, the Benidorm Enthusiast here with Benidorm Stuff YouTube channel. And guess what? It's still raining. What an absolutely crazy 10 days or so we've had in Benidorm. A hugely successful start to the main season of British tourism here in Benidorm. Thousands of tourists arrived, partied and celebrated in style, even though the weather was miserable. If you haven't seen our last couple of videos, make sure you check them out. There were some crazy scenes around town. The bars were packed out for the Cheltenham Festival. The Western Bar finally got finished and opened for St Patrick's Day. I have to be honest, I didn't think it would, but they pulled it off. And what a day that was for them and all the fantastic bars around town. The Spanish finally got to celebrate the Fallas Fiesta after 2 years of cancellations, although I didn't get to see much of this due to all the other madness going on and being very busy at work at Winners Bar. Unfortunately, the Mascletas, that's the big banger fireworks, got cancelled because of the rain. But all the other festivities went ahead, and from what I can gather, everybody had a fabulous time. The weather is pretty awful. I don't actually remember having such a continuous run of bad weather in one go in all the 20 years that I've been here. But we are going to brave it today and take you for a walk around the area known as Centro. That's in between the old town and the new town. There's a couple of things I want to show you, and we'll have a chat about recent news while we go around. We're starting off at the Avenida Mediterraneo. Now this area was completely refurbished during the lockdown. They are still adding bits and bobs such as these information boards, and the 18-metre tower at the Plaza de la Hispanidad, also known as the Plaza Triangular, is almost complete. Let's go see how it's looking. So this is called the Tecnoito. It's an 8-storey LED tower which will be used for advertising purposes. The construction work is pretty much complete. They're just waiting now to complete the electrical work and do the necessary safety tests before switching it on. This has been delayed due to the weather, of course, but as soon as conditions allow, this will be lit up and become a significant landmark for central Benidorm. What do you guys think of it? I have to admit, I'm not really a fan of it so far. Along with the Techno Parada they put up a little bit further back on the Avenida Mediterraneo, I do think it's a bit of an eyesore. And a lot of money has been spent, which maybe could have been spent somewhere else. But I suppose they will recoup a lot of revenue with the advertising funds. Maybe I'll feel different when I've seen it all lit up. Let's wait and see. I cannot believe it's still raining. I think this has got to be the worst March I've ever known. I said in a recent video that we normally get a pretty intense storm which marks the change of the seasons here. It's normally 3 days of intense rain and then it clears up. But this year it just hasn't stopped since the initial downpour. It's been dull and dreary for over a week now, and it's not set to improve for another week. I know you're having some great weather in the UK at the moment, so please, if you're feeling kind, send us a bit of sun. Down onto the Levante beachfront, and although I do think this looks beautiful whatever the weather, I don't think the stormy seas and the damp sand are quite so appealing to the tourists here at the moment. I do feel so sorry for everyone that's waited so long to come here and the weather is like this. But good news on the Levante beachfront, they have started work on the Hotel Selemar. So let's go have a look, see how that's going. The Hotel Selemar closed down in 2007. It was supposed to be a temporary closure to update the hotel with some refurbishments, but as the financial crisis hit Spain shortly after, the refurbishment never happened and the hotel has not reopened since. In recent years, there's been a lot of talk about the redevelopment of the Selemar, with investors ready to get it done up, done out and reopened again. But there have been several problems with paperwork and issues and disagreements between the parties involved, meaning the project has been postponed time and time again. But the wait may finally be over. As we can see, the builders are now in and it's looking like the project is finally going ahead. What's your thoughts on the Selemar? Have any of you stayed here back in the day? I believe it used to be a very good hotel. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic addition to the Levante beachfront when it's completed, which is supposed to be 2023. Next, we're going to show you another hotel in the Centro area which is currently undergoing a refurbishment. On the way around there, let's go over some more recent travel and tourism news. Massive news from the UK side then. The UK government have scrapped all restrictions for travelling into the UK. So when going from Spain to the UK, there's no testing at all needed, even for those that aren't vaccinated. And the passenger locator form for the UK is no more. This is great news and in good timing for the Easter holidays. But there are still restrictions in place for getting into Spain from the UK and a few COVID restrictions in place whilst here. As it stands, for adults to enter Spain, you must be fully vaccinated. That's 2 jabs or 2 jabs plus the booster if your second jab was over 270 days ago. Another option for entry is the recovery certificate. There are currently no options for 18s and over who aren't vaccinated to enter with a negative test, though this is an option for the teenagers age group, ages 12 to 17. Under 12s don't need any type of COVID certification to enter Spain. Once here, the only real COVID restriction in place is the use of the mask indoors. In shops, supermarkets, public buildings and on public transport it must be worn, and they are still pretty strict with this. It should also still be worn in bars and restaurants when not seated, eating or drinking, but as you'll have seen from our recent videos, this isn't really being enforced anymore in the tourist areas, although establishments could still be fined for not complying. There's lots of talk in the news about the mask indoors being scrapped very soon, but it hasn't happened just yet. We will of course keep you informed when it does. Our last stop today is the Primavera Park hotel complex on the edge of the Old Town, overlooking the Town Hall and the La Guerra Park. I know a lot of you have been informed by your tour reps that you're staying in this area and there may be some disruption due to the work going on. Well, this is what they're talking about. The Primavera Park is undergoing a top to bottom, inside and out refurbishment to upgrade it from a 3-star to a 4-star superior hotel. It's a massive project, although I can't hear much noise at the moment. I suppose it completely depends on which part of the hotel they're working on. The level of noise disruption will vary from day to day. This will be an impressive hotel if the concept photos are anything to go by. It is scheduled to open in June this year. It looks a long way off to me. What do you think, guys? Will it be ready in June? Let us know what you think in the comments. That's about it from me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this weather despite the gloomy weather, and I hope to see some of you back in Benidorm when the sun is shining bright again. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, it's completely free to subscribe, and also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Stay positive and stay safe.